Living with HIV. Last night we introduced you to a man who does just that. And now News Channel 3's Kay Receipt joins us live in the studio to explore how he's living with the disease and how others are surviving with it as well. Good evening, Kay.
Good evening, Betsy. As we saw on last night's broadcast, James Walker is a remarkable man living with HIV, reaching out as a volunteer and beating the odds.
Sometimes I look up in the sky and say, why me? Why me?
James Walker says that's the same thing UCLA medical researchers wanted to know. How has he survived so long after being diagnosed with HIV 26 years ago?
You know, I've discussed this with doctors before, and they said, well, it's a lot of things.
A lot of things that can be dwindled down to the basics.
Right now we're saying that
Sergio Codina is a registered nurse and the HIV Clinical Coordinator for Open Door Clinic here in Arcata.
people can live with this as long as they take care of themselves.
You take your pills, you watch what you eat, you make sure your sleep-wake cycle's the same.
He says he's seen people survive HIV because medication has evolved.
In the past, some of these meds, you literally had to be within 100 feet of a bathroom. Otherwise, you mess yourself. These are much better now. So they have less side effects, less number of pills.
It's not only medication, it's all aspects of a person's life. And James says UCLA researchers chalked up his survival to his lifestyle.
They said, everything you're doing, James, he said, you're addressing your spiritual side, you're addressing your physical side with eating right and exercising right.
He's 54 years old now, and Sergio says James is not the only person in Humboldt County surviving with HIV.
But we have people who've been HIV 20, 25, some as long as maybe 30 years. And still doing well.
I'm really healthy despite my HIV.
This is not a death sentence like it used to be.
Because of Open Door and the HIV Clinic and the meds, I'm alive to enjoy this.
Betsy, both men emphasize the need to get tested. Confidential HIV tests are available through the Department of Public Health. Hours do vary, so it's best to call and make an appointment at 268-2108. Again, testing is confidential. Live in the studio, Kay Receipt, News Channel 3.